Saudi Arabia come into this tournament as a bit of a mixed bag. An excellent qualification campaign has given way to some poor performances of late, and after crashing out in the group stages in 2018, the country is desperate to repeat the successes of 1994, where they made the round of 16, in their neighbouring state of Qatar. Frenchman Hervé Renard sits at the helm for the Green Falcons, and he's a man with an impressive array of international management roles under his belt, including a selection of jobs in African football. He cut a popular figure with the side through the qualification process, but with recent results being far less inspirational, there are questions over his methods as the tournament gets underway. Tactically, Saudi Arabia are a relatively cagey team who will look to keep things pretty tight in a pretty rigid 4-2-3-1 shape and use their excellent set-piece threat and counter-attacking ability to hurt teams in transition. It's a very experienced defensive unit that Renard looks likely to plump for, which is crucial in a tournament where it looks like they're going to spend plenty of time without the ball. In that regard, a lot of pressure lies on the shoulders of Salman Al-Faraj, their captain and defensive midfielder from Al Hilal. He is the player most likely to be able to turn defence into attack and the one with the vision and passing range to find the danger men on the wings. Winger Fahad Al-Muwallad is the player most likely to get pulses racing. Having spent a brief spell at Levante in La Liga in the ill-fated Saudi-Spain player exchange programme, he will be the most capped member of this team at the tournament, and his electric pace remains a potent weapon for Renard. For one so fast though, he's technically gifted too, and has an impressive composure when in front of goal. Comfortable operating on either flank or indeed as a number 10, Al-Muwallad's ability in transition could prove a key feature for Saudi Arabia on the counter-attack. Firas Al-Buraikan looks set to lead the line through the middle, and whilst his 6 international goals doesn't seem like a figure anyone will be cowering in fear of, the 22-year-old was prolific at youth level and has been relatively so far for his club Al Fateh, for whom he has notched 4 in 8 this season. Even if his starting spot is usurped by Al Hilal striker Al Shehri, who is facing a race against time for full fitness after returning from injury, Al-Buraikan's ability and work rate off the bench will be key late in games against tired legs. Saudi Arabia topped a tricky group in qualifying, coming out ahead of Japan and Australia, and they'll look to that for inspiration. They were deserved winners too, losing just once away to Japan across their 10-game stretch. Having failed to get out of the group of Russia in 2018, the Saudis will be hoping to go one better here, but this is a tough group. Argentina rank among the favourites to win it, whilst Poland and Mexico will both fancy their chances of second place and a round of 16 berth. Equaling their 3-point tally from 4 years ago might not sound like the grandest of ambitions, but it would be an achievement nonetheless. At a best price of 1,000 to 1, Saudi Arabia are among the bracket of those with the longest odds of bringing the trophy home with them, and any progression past the group stages would cause quite the stir indeed. That said, they'll have fervent support, a familiar climber and a real set-piece threat, and perhaps that will be enough to shock the world.